And welcome back to PlayOnSports.com here on the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. Alex Richmond alongside my videographer, Sonny Beauperai, and we're just about ready to get started here. Los Lomas reaching the title game this year after being knocked out last year when they played the Pumas in the semifinal round, and the Pumas here for the second year in a row, losing a season ago to Redwood 3-0. So players on the floor now. And we have a great crowd on hand here at Maria Carrillo High School. Getting ready to start. On the floor for Los Lomas, Molly Dowd, Geneva Duffy, Maddie Borch, number 20 Haley Glass, and number 13 Rachel Linden, and that is who's going to start it off here for Los Lomas in this Division II championship game. And she gets this one over that dugout nicely. And Los Lomas on the board first. That was Kaylin Seitz trying to get it over the net. And that's Seitz again, and this time she gets it down. So Kaylin Seitz there on the end of that spike for the Pumas. And it's going to be Michaela Francis sending it over the net. And that's going to be an ace for the Pumas. So in game one here, just getting underway 2-1. And again, sent over by Francis. Near side now for the Pumas, and that's Seitz. And Francis with a nice dig there. Seitz again. And showing her power early on here. So the 5'11" Francis back at it again. A nice dig from the Knights by Nieto. And Seitz again. A big factor here in the early going is Kaylin Seitz. Michaela Francis. And that was Borch. And Seitz again will get it over this time. Borch again. And that was Duffy with the spike for the Knights. And it's 4-2 here. And that was out. That was a long serve by Rachel Nieto. Makes it 5-2. That was Wiesner on the serve for the Pumas. And Duffy gets it over for the Knights, 5-3 in game one here of the Division II CIF North Coast Section Finals. So Dowd is going to sit down. And here's Bradley with the serve for the Knights. Put back over by Fitterer. And the Pumas unable to get to it, so the Knights close the gap to 1 now in this first game. Bradley, nice serve, dug out by the Pumas. And Duffy again, able to get that down, and it went off Allie Wiesner there, unable to get it. So we're all tied up here in the first game. Bradley again. And again, Blanchard. And that was 4, so Las Lomas, 4 touches by the Pumas. So Las Lomas goes up 6-5 now. And it's going to be Bradley again. This time right into the net. And Seitz is going to send it over. We've seen her such a big factor so far with a few spikes. And this time Seitz sends that serve wide. So it's going to be Duffy now for the Knights. And Duffy does the same into the net. This time it's Cassie Blanchard, and dug out there by Bradley. And Maddie Borch sends it home, puts the Knights up 1, 8-7 here in this first game. That was Glass for the Knights. A nice block from Las Lomas there. And Las Lomas is going to score the point. And Glass again. And a nice dig there by Glass for the Knights. And Nieto with the point as Blanchard unable to get to it. Las Lomas looking to avenge last year's loss in the semifinal round. Nieto deals with that. Dug out by Seitz. Pumas keep it alive, and Seitz punches it over. Nieto again. And that's going to be out, so it will go. The point will go to the Pumas. That was Seda who sent it over. And pushed over by Borch. Borch again. Dug out by Blanchard, the libero. And Duffy. Nieto. Nice rally here from both teams. Blocked by Las Lomas, but out of bounds. And that was Michaela Francis, so the game tied up at 10 now. And Courtney Seda is going to put it over. Dug out nicely by Bradley. And Borch able to put it over for the Knights and knocked out by the Pumas. So Las Lomas awarded that point. And that is Borch with an ace for the Knights. Strong serve from Borch. And Francis putting it over. Nieto back. But the Puma is able to keep it alive. Here comes Nieto again. And so that is awarded to Las Lomas. Another great serve by Maddie Borch. And Las Lomas extends their lead. That was Blanchard with the first touch for the Pumas. And Michaela Francis, they're able to keep it in. Nice job from Francis there, as Las Lomas thought that one was going to go long. Able to sneak in inbounds. And Glass with the first touch for the Knights. And here comes Duffy again. Las Lomas able to deal with this. But Seitz and Francis there for the Pumas to block that one. So Woodbury again to serve. Duffy. Good job by Las Lomas to keep it alive as Nieto pushes it over. Here comes Seitz. And the Pumas awarded with the point. 14-13 now here in the first game. The Division II NCS Finals. Michaela Woodbury. That's Duffy again for Las Lomas. And Seitz again. Seitz doing a great job over there for the Pumas, and she's able to tie the game up here at 14. And Nieto is going to push that one over, and a great job by Nieto. Great touch. Able to push that right over Sada's head, and no Puma was able to get to it. Pushed over by the Pumas, but a great job by Borch. And Duffy able to block that one and send it back over. This is Linden with a strong serve. And Sada couldn't handle that. So again, Las Lomas doing a nice job this first game. Able to score quite a bit on their serves. And it's Linden again. Glass. Linden setting up Duffy. Great dig there by Blanchard. And Nieto's going to push it over again. And the Pumas will score that time as Sada put it over the net. And the Knights unable to handle that one. So 17-15 our scores. Michaela Francis is back to serve again. That's Glass for Las Lomas. And Duffy puts it over. And a miss hit there by number 6, Courtney Sada. And Nieto back there serving for the Knights for the first time. That's Seitz getting the first touch for the Pumas, and that's going to be long, so Las Lomas again. And that was the captain, Allie Wiesner, who hit that one long. And that's our first timeout of game one, taken by the Pumas. So they have 4 remaining. And so the first to 25 wins the game. Best of 5 games. And the first to 3 will win this Division II North Coast Section Championship, a game in which the Pumas were here a year ago, losing to Redwood 3-0. Los Lomas getting to the game this year after losing last year to the Pumas in the semifinal round, in which they lost 3-0 as well. So 19-15 to score. Student section starts to get loud here at Maria Carrillo, and that's Nieto pushing it over. And Seitz, who's been so dominant early, and Dowd able to save it. Los Lomas gets it over, and Seitz again. And the point awarded to the Pumas. And this is Allie Wiesner, the oldest of 3 sisters, and that goes right into that. That's a captain for the Pumas. So here's Bradley for the Knights, and Seitz again. A great save by Nieto as the Knights put it back over. Knights able to block that. And Seitz again. And Seitz too long on that one. And that seems what the Pumas' game plan is here, trying to set up Seitz as she's been so dominant in this first game, but puts that one long. Bradley, and that one dug out by Woodbury. Duffy. And that's Lauren Fitterer. And another timeout here, 22-16 in game one. The Pumas take their second timeout. 3 remaining for the Pumas. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for volleyball action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all high school sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. So the Knights and Pumas back onto the floor here. And 21-16 your score here in game one, and Yuki Bradley. And that's Blanchard who deals with it again. Good job there by the Pumas. Here's Duffy, and Duffy with a nice spike there. Is that kind of put Michaela Woodbury back on her heels there. And Bradley with a nice service. There's some miscommunication there from Wheeler and number 4, Cassie Blanchard. Next point, Los Lomas takes game one. And Los Lomas will take game one of this Division II NCS final game. So game one goes to the Knights. And we will take a quick break. We'll be back with game two here from Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. And so welcome back to Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. Alex Richmond, my videographer, Sonny Boparai with me. And so game one goes to the Las Lomas Knights, 25-19. And so a big win there for Las Lomas. It's the best of 5, first of 3 games. And Kingsborough will start for the Pumas. There is Coach Changaris for the Knights, gives instructions to Linden and Nieto. And so now we are ready, and that is number 7, Kelly Kingsborough. And here's Nieto and Borch with some authority, but right into the net. So in game 2, the Pumas get on the board first. And Maddie Borch again, glass, digs that one out. Duffy. So the first 2 points of the game going to the Pumas. Las Lomas ready, and that one is way long. Glass is going to come out and Fitter is going to come in. And here's Nieto again, serving for the second time tonight. And Seitz trying to put it over, and there was too many touches for the Pumas. And the Pumas always looking to set up Kaylin Seitz, as she's been so dominant in the first game. Saved by the Pumas. And that is Dowd who pushed it over. And here's Seitz again. And Nieto getting it over. And Nieto again for the Knights. And Las Lomas is going to win that point as Lauren Fitter are able to punch it over. And the Pumas can handle that, but Nieto with 2 great plays on that rally. So Las Lomas takes the lead here in game 2 as Nieto is still serving for the Knights. And that one was long from the Pumas, as that was Michaela Francis. And Nieto still serving, and there's Seitz. And Seitz finally gets one to go. Again, she had a little drought there, as she sent a few long and a few were blocked. And here's Michaela Francis. Good job from Nieto. And the point awarded to the Pumas. Las Lomas dealing with that one easily, because that was Duffy who put it over. And here's Duffy again. And Seitz getting set up there. And Las Lomas, able to score that point as Fitterer puts it down again, and the Pumas unable to deal with that. Bradley again, sending it over. And a miss hit there by Allie Wiesner, and we've seen her serve one long, and a miss hit from the senior captain. And another great serve by Bradley. Pumas just couldn't deal with that one again. So Los Lomas took game 1 and now up 3 here, 7-4 in game 2. And Seitz again. And this time, she puts it in. So here's Allie Wiesner. Her first serve was long. Second opportunity to serve is good. And that's Maddie Borch for the Knights. Duffy. And that's going to be out too long from Katie Dwyer, the junior for the Pumas. And that one just long. Duffy a little too long on that one. And by her reaction, she thought she had it, but was just on the other side of the line. Here's Seitz serving for her first time. And that one out of play. Nieto unable to get to it. So back-to-back points by the Pumas. And the senior Seitz way long on that serve. So here's Glass for the second time. Tonight, the sophomore Haley Glass. And an awkward hit there from Brady, but the Pumas able to get it over. And there's Duffy again for the Knights. Nice dig by Bradley. And here's Nieto. And that one was tipped and in. Point going to the Pumas. Makes it 10-8 here in game number 2 of this Division II NCS championship game here on the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. And a nice dig there by Glass to get it back over. And that's Claire Brady with some authority, able to get that spike to go. Cuts the Knights' lead to 1. And there's an infraction there by the Knights. So we're now tied at 10, and that one is long. That serve from Cassie Blanchard, the junior, a libero and defensive specialist. So here go the Knights and Borch, but the Puma is able to deal with this one and able to get the point. Claire Brady again. So Courtney Seda and Nieto. Little miscommunication between her and Haley Glass. Looked like Glass had the better position for it, but Nieto decided to go for it and hits it out. And that one's long. And that was Seitz, and Frazier gets it blocked. Seitz keeps it alive. Here's Frazier again. This time just pushes it over, and a nice play from Michaela Francis. Number 13, Michaela Francis, the senior outside hitter, and she was able to get a point for the Pumas there. That was Duffy for the Knights. Here comes Seitz again. And Seitz puts it down as the Pumas go up 2, 14-12. Kingsborough serving for the Pumas. And that one blocked by the Pumas. Here's Duffy. And Francis. And that one is in. Looked like it hit off Molly Dowd. And we have a timeout by the Knights with the score 15-14. Pumas in the lead, and that's Los Lomas' first timeout here. And the crowd's starting to get into it now here, the student section on the other side of the gym from where we are. And so Maria Carrillo in the lead now, 15-12. Los Lomas up a game and trying to avenge that loss to the Pumas from the semifinals a year ago in the Division II bracket. Here's Kingsborough again, and Dowd able to deal with it. Nieto puts it long, and again the Pumas put another one on the board, 16-12 now. The senior, Kelly Kingsborough. Duffy. And there's Seitz again, and that's long. So the Pumas looking to set up Seitz more often than not, and this time Seitz a little bit long, a little bit too much juice on that hit. But they're going to say that it went off a Los Lomas player, that it was tipped. And so the point will be awarded to the Pumas, which makes it 17-13. 17-12, excuse me. And as we kind of sort some things out here, we have a little bit of confusion. And so it looks like we've got everything set and ready to start the action back up again. So game 2, 17-12, and that is Kingsborough still serving. Again, Glass and Borch both wanted to hit that one. Los Lomas able to deal with it though, and now near side of the court, Seitz and Duffy. And a nice hit there from Duffy. She's able to put that one in. Cut it to a 4-point deficit. So Nieto for the third time tonight will put it over for Los Lomas. And Francis just pushes it over there. And Francis and Wiesner at the net to block that one for the Pumas. So the Pumas up 5 now in the second game with Francis serving and Duffy. And that one is in. It was in. And so we have the official. It looked like she wanted to signal out first, but from where I'm sitting, it was in, and that's going to cut it to a 4-point deficit for the Knights with with Bradley serving. And a good job by the Pumas to get that one over. And Duffy pushing it over, but a great attempt there by Kingsborough, but it goes out. So Las Lomas creeping back now, only down 3, 18-15 the score. And not enough on that one as Bradley hit that into the net. And not too happy with herself, as Las Lomas was getting it going and trying to creep closer to the Pumas, 19-15, excuse me. Duffy, blocked by Seitz. And Seitz pushes game 2 to a 5-point lead for the Pumas, 20-15. And Duffy's going to punch this one over. And Kingsborough there hit that one as it was a little long and she went back for it. And it looked like there were 2 other Puma players behind her who had a better chance at it. But she hits it out of bounds. A nice finish there by Courtney Seda for the Pumas. And good job by Nieto. Seitz and then Brady. And here's Las Lomas again. There's Duffy. And there's Brady again. Blocked but out of bounds. Pumas with the point to make it 22-16 here in game 2. And timeout Las Lomas. So both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Game 1 taken by Las Lomas 25-19. We're here in game 2 at Maria Carrillo High School on the campus of Santa Rosa. 22-16 the score here in game 2. The Maria Carrillo Pumas in the lead and looking to close this one out and get even. Best of 5. If it were to go to the 5th game, they play to 15. Through the first 4, they play to 25. You have to win by 2. And so they'd play to 15 if this went to a 5th set, but getting a little ahead of myself. We're only in game number 2 here. And Borch for the Knights able to get it over. And blocked by Las Lomas as Borch and Linden were there. So here's a sophomore outside hitter, Haley Glass. And that one got on Seitz in a hurry. And Claire Brady unable to get to that one for the Pumas. And a nifty move there by Seda, but she had touched the net, or at least that's what's called. So the point is awarded to the Las Lomas Knights. Timeout called by Maria Carrillo. And so they have 2 timeouts remaining. And Maybe Coach Nielsen just wanted to kind of stop the momentum that Las Lomas was trying to build there after Courtney Seda had apparently touched the net, trying to tip that ball back over. So here's Haley Glass again, the sophomore. 22-19 in game 2 here. And that's in. An ace from Glass, and there were 3 Puma players around it, and they all watched it go by as they thought that was going to go long. But it does not, and Las Lomas within 2 now here in game 2. And that's Brady. Nice job by Duffy to keep it alive. And the point awarded to the Pumas makes it 23-20. This is Cassie Blanchard. And there's Nieto. Good job by Nieto. When she elevated, it looked like she was ready to slam that one down, but just pushed it over. And it kind of threw off the Pumas. And that was Francis. And Las Lomas awarded that point within 1 now. 23-22 with Maddie Borch serving for the Knights. And there's Brady. And Nieto. Sight's able to keep it alive, and Brady, again, some miscommunication, and that's Allie Wiesner. So we're all tied up at 23 here in game 2. Las Lomas doing a great job coming back and did it a lot by serving. They're really scoring a lot of their points off their serves. And Bradley doing a nice job, number 6. The libero, the junior libero for the Las Lomas Knights. And another timeout called by the home squad, the Pumas. So they have 1 timeout remaining as they've watched the lead slip away here in game 2, and it's all tied up with the senior Maddie Borch serving. And that one a little too far to the right as it was out on the near side. So 1 more point here, and this is Courtney Seda will win the game for the Pumas. And Nieto. And blocked right back. A few Pumas at the net. Francis was there, Wiesner was there, and Brady was there. So the Pumas take game 2, 25-23. And we are going to take a quick break. And we'll be back with the 3rd game here on PlayOnSports.com. And welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Division II North Coast Section Girls Volleyball Championship game. We're all tied up at 1 game apiece. Just getting ready to start game 3 here on the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. Alex Richmond, my videographer, Sonny Beaupre, doing a great job. And so game 3 is underway. And the Pumas will strike first here in game 3. And Michaela Francis serving for the Pumas. Borch able to dig that one out. And there's Duffy again. And kept alive by Las Lomas. And there's Seitz with the hammer with some authority. And Kaylin Seitz having a big championship game so far. A factor in game 1 and 2 and continuing that here in game 3. And so that was Francis serving for the Pumas. And here's Seitz again. And blocked right back, and that's Duffy and Dowd with the block. Gets Los Lomas on the board here in game 3. That was Nieto serving. And that one drops down. And that was Kelsey Angus for the Pumas as that went off the block for Los Lomas and fell right in. 3-1 now. And make it 4. As Allie Wiesner serving for her 3rd time tonight. Nieto, first one to get to it for the Knights. And there's Duffy. That was Cassie Blanchard, unable to dig that one out. She dove down, but couldn't get to it. Nieto and Blanchard able to get to that one for the Pumas, and here's Seitz again. Nieto. And there is Borch. And that was Maddie Borch for the Knights, so it's 4-3 now here in game 3, and that's too long. And that was from Bradley. Number 6, the libero for the Knights. So here's Kaylin Seitz. And Duffy putting it over, but that's too long. Makes it 6-3. Puma's able to keep it alive. And that was Courtney Seda who was trying to get to it but stumbled and fell over. So Los Lomas gets the point there. And Duffy into the net. Here's Cassie Blanchard, the junior. And Fitterer. Saved by the Pumas. And some miscommunication there as Frazier gets it over for them. And there's Borch. Seitz able to save it. And that one looked like it was going to be long, but Nieto saved it, and the point will go to Los Lomas, it looks like. And I thought Borch had maybe touched the net, but she did not. And so here's Haley Glass, the sophomore outside hitter with the serve. Pumas taking care of business on their side. Six to 5. Excuse me, 8-5 now. So the Pumas serving again, and that was Courtney Seda. And Nieto blocked, and that is out right there at the net where Wiesner and Francis and Borch's serve goes into the net, making it 9-6 here in game number 3. Here are the Pumas. And that's Duffy. First one on it. Nieto sending it over. Seitz and Francis, but Duffy able to dig that one out. And here's Nieto again. Nieto had the right idea, but a little too much behind that one. So here's Woodbury. And a good job by Linden there for the Knights. And back to Seitz. Seitz blocked. And Seitz wants it again, calling for it. And here she goes. Borch. And there's Duffy, who just pushes it right over, but saved by the Pumas. And Seitz again. And Glass able to get it over. And Francis hits it out. The fans calling for 4 hits. They thought Las Lomas had touched it too many times, but Las Lomas able to get that point after Francis was long on that hit. Ten to 7 with Linden, and unable to get that one over. And so here's Duffy for the Knights. And Seitz wants it. And she puts it down. And Kaylin Seitz doing a great job tonight. And the Pumas go up 12-7. Timeout. Las Lomas. So 2 timeouts remaining for Coach Changaris. And Las Lomas really came out firing. They were able to take game 1, 25-19. And then the Pumas took game number 2. And they've continued to build momentum here. And Kaylin Seitz has done a fantastic job close to the net. And most of the sets tonight are going to Seitz. And she's more often than not been able to score for the Pumas. So here's Michaela Francis and Nieto. And was that tipped? And it was. So Las Lomas with that point, and Nieto will be serving, the senior outside hitter. Put over by the Pumas. And here's Duffy. And that one going to the Pumas. So Allie Wiesner, the captain for the Pumas, will be serving now. And Seitz with a nice play there to save that one, and she's going to put it back over here. Nieto had to go down and a need to save that one, and Duffy long with that hit. Makes it 14-8 here in game 3. So Wiesner again, and that's Fitter. And Seitz again. And we've seen her do that so many times tonight with authority. That makes it 15-8. Maria Carrillo in the lead over the Las Lomas Knights here in the Division II North Coast Section Championship game. Nieto is going to set it for Fitter. Blocked at the net by Las Lomas. And there's Fitter again. And Las Lomas able to be on the end of that point, and so Looks like, no, Seitz will still be in. It looked like she was going to come out, but she won't. So Yuki Bradley for the Knights will be serving 15-9 here in game 3. And we have a little bit of confusion here, so everything's straightened out now. And that one long from Bradley, and that's not the first time we've seen her do that tonight. Seitz serving. Nieto able to keep it in, and that's going to be out. And Duffy was too long. It was tipped, actually. So Las Lomas will get that point, makes it 17-10. So Duffy will get to serve now. And that's Brady. And Brady puts it down for the Pumas. And we're here in game 3, and it's 16-10 now. Maria Carrillo in the lead. Check that, 18-10. But Fitter puts it down, and Allie Wiesner unable to get to that one. Borch with a nice play, and she puts that one over, and that makes it 18-12. So there's Glass and Frazier, Seitz. And a nice effort by Duffy, but maybe a little more communication with Glass, and they would have been able to get that one over as Duffy had a range to her left. And Borch just pushes it over. Brady. And there's Duffy. Saved by the Pumas. And not enough on Seitz. That's a rare miss hit from Kaylin Seitz. Yeah, she only hit that with part of her hand. And there's Brady, blocked by Las Lomas, and there was Nieto and Dowd at the front of the net for the Knights. Here's Frazier, and that's too long from Frazier, and it was tipped. So the point goes to the Pumas, 20-14. And Brady comes out for the Pumas. And Michaela Woodbury goes in. There's Nieto. And that was Woodbury who hit that first for the Pumas. And here comes Nieto, and she pushes it right over. Saved by the Pumas. And again Nieto, and this time she ends that rally and makes it 20-15 here in game 3. Rachel Linden. Pumas get it over in 3. Here's Duffy. Pumas again needing 3 to get it over. Duffy setting up Nieto. And this time Frazier. And Glass having to go to her left to try to get it, could not get it. And we have a timeout taken by Los Lomas. And 21-15 here in game 3. And the Pumas continue to do a great job around the net. Specifically, Kaylin Seitz and also Michaela Francis, and even Claire Brady starting to heat up now, the sophomore, the outside hitter for the Pumas, number 12. Seitz is number 5. Seitz is number 5. Michaela Francis is number 13. And Claire Brady, number 12, like I just mentioned. Right now, Frazier's in, and so is Seitz. Brady is on the bench, also on the floor for the Pumas. Courtney Seda, Michaela Woodbury, number 2, Brittany Wheeler, and number 15, the senior captain, Allie Wiesner. And for Los Lomas, we'll get you those numbers in a second, as Frazier was serving for the Pumas, and there's Duffy. And there's Brittany Wheeler, able to put that one down and inbounds for the Pumas, making it 22-15. Again, Frazier. And Nieto for Los Lomas. (22-16). So Rachel Nieto, the senior outside hitter, will be serving now. And that one got on Seitz in a hurry. Seitz is going to try to finish it. A good job by Linden there on the save. Put over by Fitterer. And Wheeler. And that one a little too long, as Molly Dowd tried to get that one over for the Knights. So again, the senior captain, Allie Wiesner, serving. And there's Nieto, and here's Duffy. And that is tipped and out, and the point is awarded to Los Lomas. Making it 23-17 here in the Division II championship game here on the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. 23-17, and the serve by Bradley right into the net. So the next point the Pumas score will take game 3. And here's Seitz serving for game 3. And a nice save by Blanchard, and here she goes, putting it over. Duffy. Seitz able to dig that one out. And here's Brady. A nice rally here. And blocked by the Pumas, and Nieto unable to handle that one. And so the Pumas take game 3, 25-17, and go up 2-1 here. And so we're going to step aside momentarily, but we'll be back with Game 4 here on PlayOnSports.com. This is Division II North Coast Section championship game between the Los Lomas Knights and the home squad, the Maria Carrillo Pumas. So we'll be back. Stay with us for Game 4. The Pumas lead 2-1. Welcome back to the campus of Maria Carrillo High School. Division II North Coast Section Championship game here in Maria Carrillo. Back for the second straight year, losing a year ago 3-0 against Redwood. And the Knights looking to avenge their loss to the Pumas a year ago in the semifinal round, in which they lost 3-0. And the Pumas up here 2-1 as Game 4 gets underway. And that's Borch putting it over for the Knights. A nice dig, but Los Lomas able to keep it alive. That's Nieto putting it over. And Kingsborough with the second nice play, but that one goes out and the point awarded to the Knights here. So they get on the board first here in Game 4. And that is Seda into the net. And there's Seda. And here's Frazier. Good job from the Knights. Duffy able to get it over. And then Pumas are setting up Seitz. This time Seitz just pushes it over. Duffy again, and that one's in, the left-hander, Duffy. Able to get that one down, makes it 3-0. And that was in. It looked like it was going to be out, but that's Allie Wiesner, who just tried to dump that one over. And so the Pumas on the board 3-1 here in Game 4. Michaela Francis, who's been such a force around the net. And there's Duffy making her presence felt as she scores a second straight point for the Knights. As this game is must win for the Knights as they're trying to send this to a Game 5. But we're early here in Game 4, only 4-1. And that was Angus for the Pumas just pushing it over. And Borch, not messing around, able to put that one right back over and in, so 5-1. And there's Bradley, just gets it over. And Kelsey Angus wasn't sure what to do with it there. And unable to get it over the net, so it's 6-1. Los Lomas extending their lead, and here's Yuki Bradley serving. And Los Lomas scores another one. As that ball went off Kelsey Kingsborough, and a timeout called by the Pumas here, 7-1. And that was their final timeout called by the Pumas as Coach Nielsen just wanted to stop the momentum that Las Lomas started to build up here early on, leading 7-1. And so Bradley will still be serving for Las Lomas. And Seitz unable to get that one over. She just wanted to push it up and over the net, but really too close in an awkward position as she lunged forward. And that's Bradley's third or fourth time tonight that she's knocked that one into the net, but got some crucial points for Las Lomas before that. And so Borch rises up, and with some power behind that one, able to spike that one in. Here's the lefty Duffy. And a great job there by Courtney Seda. And Bradley unable to get to it, went to her right. But that one's just too powerful from Courtney Seda. And Seitz into the net. So Glass is going to come on for the Knights, and Lauren Fitter is going to come off. That was Blanchard, the libero, able to dig that one out. And again, Maddie Borch, number 7 for the Knights. So here's a sophomore Glass. And a nice job by Bradley to save that. And there's Nieto just getting it over. And this time the Pumas will get on the board. 4-3. Excuse me, 11-4. Nieto. And this time it's going to be Borch again. And that one tipped, and Las Lomas will extend their lead to 8. So 12-4 now in game 4. And Las Lomas again, as that hit was a little bit long from the Pumas. Looked like Seda was on the end of that one. And so it's 13-4. Timeout called by the Pumas, and they actually have 2 timeouts left. And we're gonna step away just for a moment here. All right, so we are back after that quick break. Division II North Coast Section Championship game. And here's Borch serving for the Knights. And there's Brady, who's been heating up as of lately. And that was Molly Dowd for the Knights. And it's now 14-4. A nice job by Blanchard there, the libero, to dig that one out initially. And this time Brady puts it down Glass, unable to get to it. But Las Lomas doing a great job here in game 4, 14-5. Took an early lead, and the Pumas trying to get back into it. Nieto, that ball got on her quickly. Duffy able to save it and put back over by the Knights. Frazier blocked, but out. That was Nieto there for the Knights to block it. And Nieto pushes it over. Here's Frazier pushing it over as well. Bradley with a nice dig. Seitz. And Brady again. Right to Bradley. And Duffy able to score that for Los Lomas. As Cassie Blanchard didn't hit it hard enough, and it went right up against the net. 15-6 the score here in game 4. With Frazier being set up. And that was in. Glass wanted to hit it. It was coming right for her. And that one had some heat behind it. 15-7 now. This is Kelly Kingsborough. This time Glass will take it. And the point awarded to the Pumas makes it 15-8. So a 7-point lead here in game 4. And Kingsborough still serving. Duffy for the Knights, and here's Seitz. And that one, Molly Dowd got a piece of it, and it landed inbounds. So another point for Maria Carrillo. And that's the sophomore Glass. Dowd and Bradley both converging, but it was Dowd. Los Lomas able to deal with that one. And there was Frazier. And Nieto putting it over. Pumas putting it back to Los Lomas. And there's Nieto who hits it out. So the Pumas starting to climb back. 15-10 now. And there's Duffy. And Duffy, the lefty, able to put Los Lomas back on the board here with another point, 16-10. Seitz getting set up. And that one awkwardly came off her hand awkwardly and landed out on the near side. Frazier pushing that one over. Duffy able to keep it alive for Los Lomas. And there's Nieto. Seitz being set up, tipped. Great effort by Nieto. And there's Linden for Los Lomas. Frazier again. And Nieto able to save it. Bradley. And Los Lomas puts it over. But Fitterer was on the other side. Stepped over the line, they're calling. And so 17-11 under. And so she was, just like I said, she had stepped over. She was underneath the net. And so it's 11. 17-11. And make it 17-12. So back within 5. And Duffy puts that one over for the Knights. Pumas setting up Seitz again, blocked by Duffy. Nieto. And there's Fitterer. And Seitz again. Nieto doing a good job back there. Duffy blocked. And the lefty again. And this time she's able to score, making it 18-12. And Bradley into the net again and disgusted with herself as she throws the ball to the other side, 18-13. Looked like it may have been long, but Nieto decided to play it. There's Borch. And here's Seitz. And the lefty again, Duffy. And Borch again. And here's Duffy. And the Pumas will get the point. And that was Allie Wiesner serving for the Pumas. And it's a 3-point lead now for Los Lomas. And we have another timeout on the floor, so we're going to step away momentarily. Timeout taken by Los Lomas. 18-15 here in Game 4. Los Lomas with the lead, but the Pumas climbing back into it. And we'll be back momentarily here with a Division II championship game here on PlayOnSports.com. And after a quick break, we are back here. We're at the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa. Alex Richmond and Sonny Beaupre, our videographer, on hand with you. And Game 4 here, 18-15. Los Lomas got off to a quick start, but the Pumas have climbed back into it. And there's Seitz, and she hits it right back into the net. And so Los Lomas will go up by 4 now here in Game 4. In this game, a must-win for the Knights. And needing to send it to Game 5, the lefty Duffy. And Courtney Seda on the other end of that spike. Back to a 3-point game here. So this is Kaylin Seitz serving for the Pumas. And Borch is set up. And Borch going cross court, but too long. Here's Los Lomas. Seitz able to dig that one out. And that one was high up in the rafters. That hit from Seitz. And Borch able to score the point for Los Lomas. Glass is going to come on, and Lauren Fitter will come off, and Glass will be serving. There's Blanchard, number 4, the libero, with the first hit, and there's Seitz. Nieto. And a nice play by Seitz there, and she's going to put it back over here. And Borch again for Los Lomas, makes it 21-17. There's Brady. And Nieto. Seitz just sending this one back over. Keep the rally alive. And there's Borch again, and that one's in. And these last 3 points, Maddie Borch has had a huge hand in. So the Knights 3 points away from sending this to game 5. You have to win by 2. Game 5 would go to 15 if we get there. Brady, and a good job by Glass to dig that one out. There's Borch again, and again, Maddie Borch for Las Lomas. So the sophomore Glass. And Las Lomas is 1 point away from sending this to a game 5. As they got out to a big early lead here in the 4th game, and then the Pumas came back, but Las Lomas trying to shut the door here in game 4. And there's Brady, blocked at the net. Borch again. And there was Angus for the Pumas, able to save that game point. So 24-18 now. And Las Lomas trying to end the game here. As it's 24-18, there's Duffy. And Nieto. And Nieto a little too long, wasn't tipped. And the point will go to the Pumas, makes it 24-19. Again, Bradley digs it out, and there's Borch sending it over. Nice job by Brady and Francis. It's now 24-20. Borch able to get it over. And so the Pumas making a late surge here, 24-21. Cassie Blanchard will be serving the junior. And there's Glass, and Duffy sets up Nieto. Nieto pushes it over. And here's Brady. Blocked back by Blanchard. Way to save it, and Brady was there but could not hit it, and so that is going to be the end of game 4, and we're going to go to a game 5 here. 25-21, the final score, and we're all tied up at 2. And so there will be a game 5, and they will play that to 15, still have to win by 2. And so when we come back, we'll have game 5 of this Division II North Coast Section Championship game between the Las Lomas Knights and the Maria Carrillo Pumas. Stay tuned to our coverage of the Division II Championship game here on PlayOnSports.com. And welcome back to the campus of Maria Carrillo High School in Santa Rosa, California. I'm Alex Richmond. We got our videographer here, Sonny Beaupre, and we have a game 5 here in this D2 CIF North Coast Section title game. Second straight appearance for Maria Carrillo and Las Lomas. Made it to the semifinals a year ago, only losing to Maria Carrillo 3-0, and they forced a game 5 here in the title game. And the Pumas will score the first point of the game, and that was Michaela Woodbury serving. And Nieto pushes it over, and here's Seitz again. Seitz blocked. And Seitz trying to get it back over, and does. And the lefty Duffy will score. So game 5, 1-1. Nieto serving for Las Lomas. And Dowd unable to handle that one for Las Lomas. That was Francis serving. Seitz blocked at the net. Seitz again. This time takes a little bit off of it. And there's Nieto. And Angus was set up. And the point will be awarded to Las Lomas. Ties the game up at 2 here in game 5. So game 5, they only played a 15, not to 25. Still have to win by 2. And there's Bradley with a nice serve. But the Puma is able to get it over. And Seitz wants it. And there's the lefty Duffy. And Las Lomas takes their first lead of game 5, 3-2. Bradley serving, and that is long. And that was Borch for Las Lomas. And Michaela Woodbury unable to handle that one, had some heat behind it. There's Duffy, gets it over for Las Lomas. Here's Seitz and Duffy again, Borch. And she's been so big here in the late stages of game 4 and now in game 5. And puts Las Lomas up by 2 here. And here's Las Lomas. Seitz wants it. And blocked. Right back into Seitz. That was Borch and number 11, Lauren Fitterer. And a timeout on the floor as Las Lomas jumps out to a 6-3 lead. Not quite as large of a lead as they had before. Okay. And so we're gonna take a break momentarily. We'll be back with the rest of Game 5 shortly here on PlayOnSports.com. And we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Six to 4 the score now. In Game 5. And the Pumas score again, back-to-back points for Maria Carrillo. And here's Seitz serving, and off the fingertips of Duffy. And so this game is all tied up at 6 with Kaylin Seitz serving for the Pumas. Bradley able to dig that one out. There's Nieto. And here's Borch putting it over. And Seitz will put it over. And a little too much on that one from Kaylin Seitz. So Las Lomas goes up 7-6. And now Haley Glass will serve for Las Lomas. Seitz again. And Seitz, who has done that so many times tonight. And Duffy just unable to handle that one. Game all tied up at 7 here in game 5, and a timeout. Excuse me, a timeout wasn't called. I thought Coach Nielsen had called a timeout. So we're tied up at 7. And here's Nieto, but Seitz is there for the Pumas, and the point is awarded to Maria Carrillo. So Cassie Blanchard serving, that's Glass. The first one for Las Lomas. There's Nieto just pushing it over. Glass again. Borch and Nieto. And this time it's Brady. And Brady puts it down and scores for the Pumas, making it 9-7. And now the crowd getting loud as we have a timeout on the floor taken by Las Lomas. So we will step away momentarily here on PlayOnSports.com. When we come back, we'll have the rest of Game 5 here. 9-7, the Maria Carrillo Pumas in the lead. And welcome back to PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the Division II CIF North Coast Section championship game. And it's 9-7 here in Game 5. And there is Borch. And they will award the point to Las Lomas. Nine to 8 now. And so here's Maddie Borch serving for the Knights. And Brady gets that one blocked at the net for Las Lomas. Was Nieto and Dowd. So the game all knotted up at 9 now. Just to remind you, Game 5 is played to 15. Still have to win by 2. Seitz able to dig that one out. And that was Francis for the Pumas. And that was Maddie Borch, who hit that one, was on the near side and really unable to cleanly hit that. 10-9. The Pumas in the lead. So the Pumas 5 points away from an NCS title. And that one goes long, so we're all tied up at 10 now. Going to be Rachel Linden serving for the Knights. And Seitz is just going to get that one over. Here's Nieto. And Nieto and the Knights will score and go up 11-10. There's Brady blocked. Duffy unable to get to it, and so we're all tied up at 11. Kelly Kingsborough. Check that, Michaela Woodbury will be serving. And there's Duffy, puts it back over. There's Woodborough again. And Francis puts it down and in. So 12-11. The home squad Pumas in the lead. And Nieto. And swatted at a few times by the Puma players, just unable to get any real power behind it. And so we're all tied up at 12 now. And Las Lomas will be awarded that point. 2 away from a Division II North Coast section title. We have a timeout on the floor. Timeout called by Coach Nielsen and the Pumas, and we're going to step away. When we come back, we'll have the rest of Game 5. 13-12, Las Lomas in the lead here in the Division II North Coast section championship game. And we are back as the student section sitting across from us starts to make some noise. And that'll be Nieto serving for the Knights. And here's Seitz, who's been big all game for the Pumas. Las Lomas able to keep it alive. And there's Fitterer, and she scores. So Las Lomas 1 away from capturing the Division II North Coast section title. And here's Nieto, the senior outside hitter. Puts it over. And setting up Seitz, who's been big for him all game. Blocked right back to Seitz. And Seitz again. Seitz puts it down. There's Nieto. And Duffy. Nice dig by the Pumas. And Seitz has to get it over. And she mishits it. And Las Lomas, that's how it's going to end. As Seitz had been big for them all game. That's about the second mishit for Kaylin Seitz. And her second mishit, a big one, as Las Lomas wins the Division II CIF North Coast Section Championship. They win this final game 15-12. And win in 5 games. And Las Lomas, a team who made it to the semifinals just a year ago. And they lost to the Pumas in the semifinal round, 3-0. This time, come back and are able to win the Division II North Coast Section Championship after being down 2 games, going down, 3 games to 1, 2 games to 1, winning game 4 rather, and then winning game 5. So easy enough for me to say. But the Las Lomas Knights able to win the title here as the fans that made the drive up from Walnut Creek stormed the court. And so we're shortly going to have the presentation of the medals and the trophies, and so we're going to step away, and we will be back. So stay with us here on PlayOnSports.com. Again, the Los Lomas Knights able to capture the Division II North Coast Section Championship here against the Maria Carrillo Pumas. And welcome back to our coverage here on PlayOnSports.com. We're joined now by our player of the game here on our post-game show, Geneva Duffy, and Los Lomas was able to capture the Division II North Coast Section title tonight, winning in the 5th game. And I'm sure you guys had on your mind that loss last year. You guys kind of avenged your loss in the semifinals against the Pumas, and tonight able to come out. You guys won the first game and then went down 2-1 and won 4-5, and it was really a collective effort tonight from you guys.
Yeah, we wanted to come in really strong because we knew they were a really good team, and we wanted to all play together, and we really wanted to win since last year we didn't.
Yeah, and a collective effort was. You and Maddie Bortz really started stepping up there at the end in games 4 and 5, and you did a great job from the outside. And how does that sound? Division II North Coast Section champions, Los Lomas Knights, huh?
It sounds really nice. Like, we've been working all year for this, and we believed in ourselves, and we did it.
They sure did. And so Geneva Duffy here, our player of the game. We're here at Maria Carrillo High School, and the Los Lomas Knights able to capture the Division II North Coast Section Championship game here in the 5th game. So stay tuned. Momentarily, we're going to wrap up our post-game show. But that's going to do it for our player of the game interview here on PlayOnSports.com.